Hey, happy Thursday. Super excited for this chat today with Infosys, talking about the future of Gen AI in business, a topic top of mind to all of us. Sunil, how are you?
I'm doing great, Evan. Glad to be on your show. Thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to our discussions.
I look forward as well. Of course, many people know of Infosys, the global tech and IT powerhouse, but maybe introduce Infosys for those who aren't familiar and yourself. What do you do at the company?
Absolutely. So Infosys, we are a digital consulting company helping customers embrace digital and AI to create transformation and create business outcomes. I head data and AI globally at Infosys. Have been with the company for over 23 years and work with the CXOs and the boards of our customer organizations, helping them, really understand how they can create value, business value through AI and generative AI investments, and work on implementing those and executing on those strategies as well.
Wow, you've had such an amazing run and a career in IT at Infosys, but now I think must be the most exciting time, I think, for you, certainly a lot of us professionals in the industry. Maybe talk about Gen AI as a unique digital disruptor, not just for this year, but probably this decade.
Absolutely, I think it's a technology transformation of the kind that we have not seen before, for
Mm.
sure, and it also brings in certain nuances that are different from how the previous waves of technology transformations have taken place. For example, usually you see such technology, gradually coming into shape with companies embracing it, slowly, and really understand, how such technologies can create value for themselves. But here in this case, in the North America Generative AI Radar report, when we spoke to 1,000 plus business and IT executives, what they're telling us is that they're looking at generative AI as an opportunity for driving business outcomes. For example, 80% plus have cited impact on revenue, impact on profits, impact on cost efficiency measures, and really looking at how they can improve their business models as opportunities on generative AI. And this is something that is discussed in every boardroom, so you don't have to sell it to the board in terms of the opportunity that it is. But really, the journey starts there. The other thing that we are seeing is that this is an engine for transformation. Amplification of human potential is the way we look at this and guide our customers, but this will also shift the work value chain, and humans will shift to more complex and more value adding work. You will see business model transformation happening on the back of AI and generative AI investments that companies are making, but also a significant increase in spend as compared to what we saw in FY23. Many of our customers and prospects have told us that the investments are going to grow about 67% year on year,
Wow.
and it will reach 5.6 billion in investment next year. So this wave is certainly very different, but it's also something that comes with tremendous value if done right.
Yeah, I love that. Amplifying human potential. I'm going to borrow that. Thank you very much for the idea.
Absolutely.
Um, tell us, we're both probably the same generation. We've seen many innovation and technology waves. Web 2, gosh, Web 1, the wireless revolution. How is this different, perhaps, than previous innovation waves and hype cycles?
Yeah, if we look at all the transformations that we have undergone, certainly those had impact on people. There was
Mm.
change management that we had to look through, and really embrace some of those technologies, to create newer experiences. But the one that we are experiencing with generative AI comes with a significantly higher, implications for people, and definitely for businesses. And the acceleration with which the adoption is happening, and companies are really looking at how to turn this into a big opportunity for themselves, brings forth a certain differences with respect to this wave of transformation and the previous ones. One is definitely the impact that it has on people, which is very
Hmm.
different from what we have seen so far. And like I was saying earlier, we see this as an opportunity to amplify human potential, which essentially means how do you use AI and generative AI to elevate the outcomes that humans can drive, and humans have very critical role to play, not only in creating the models but also using the capabilities for driving better outcomes, handling more complex and more value adding work, and really make the AI and generative AI augmenting those capabilities, and increasing the value for the customers and the experiences that one can deliver for those customers as well. It also comes with certain downsides, which need to be recognized as well. As much as it is valuable, privacy, security, compliance, ethics, IP infringement or protection are some of the considerations that are extremely crucial. But also making sure that what we do through AI and generative AI is fair, is safe to use, and is not creating any social harm, and enhance the brand reputation of companies that they have created over decades and centuries, and amplify those ethical standards and the brand reputation that one has. So really looking at this as a value opportunity, but also protecting the downsides for all the stakeholders, are some things that are very, very unique in this wave of transformation.
Oh, wonderful thoughts. Of course, you're a global, large, very large enterprise. You work with probably all of the Fortune 2000 companies around the world. But it's not just about enterprise, and it's right. It's small business, SMEs. I'm a small business owner. I use Gen AI tools every day. What are you seeing in terms of usage and adoption and take up in different sized businesses around the world?
Very, very, interesting question there, Evan. And what we saw with the previous waves of transformation was the niche and the boutique companies jump in and adopt. They were the early adopters of those technologies, and became part of the network that the larger enterprises also, utilized. With generative AI, however, we are seeing a difference. The generative AI North America report for 2023, is telling us that the bigger companies are the early adopters of generative AI.
Hmm.
Because the boards have really embraced generative AI as an idea to look at protection against disruption, and also take it as an opportunity to be the leaders in creating new opportunities and new value for all the stakeholders. The resources available to bigger companies is also playing a big role in how they are looking at scaling this. There is certainly an opportunity where they look at how they can use generative AI for creating the business outcomes that they want to create. 73% of the companies that we spoke to as part of the radar report and the survey that we ran, 73% of bigger companies cited that they have implemented generative AI in some form, as compared to 38% in the smaller company base. But what was more interesting, Evan, was that the 33% of those large companies cited that they have seen some business value through those investments, whereas that number was about 10% for the smaller companies. So we really look at some of these insights. It's telling us that the bigger companies are taking the lead in embracing generative AI, and we continue to see that trend gaining momentum.
Fantastic to see. And we're only getting started, which is the most exciting part. And, we've seen impacts in every technology sector, every almost discipline. I've seen so many fantastic examples of Gen AI, even in early healthcare adoption, healthcare IT or drug discovery, just really amazing. What's your take on the different sectors? Who's adopting it where and how?
Yeah, no, I think the AI and generative AI wave is something that is picked up across industry verticals. In fact, we saw this trend before generative AI came in as well. If you look at data and AI broadly in the market, industry disruptions through digital disruptions through the pandemic period really drove companies to look for new avenues, new ways to engage consumers, new ways to serve them, and create new differentiators for themselves. And in that disruption, in that innovation, data and AI always found new levers. And data AI was seen as a critical asset for driving those differentiation and new ways of working. And with generative AI, it's getting fueled. So, from an industry adoption perspective, it's across the board. What is very interesting, though, Evan, is that in the consumer side of things, with Chat GPT getting launched, and after that, a series of new capabilities getting launched, content creation is seen as a biggest opportunity in that space. But when you talk to the enterprises, it's not so. Only
Hmm.
13% of the enterprises cited content creation of some kind as an opportunity. Most of them are pivoting on consumer experience, personalization as an opportunity, product development and design as an opportunity, operational efficiencies as the opportunity. And the way we are understanding this, through those insights, is that most industries and companies are looking at AI and generative AI as an opportunity to create that business outcome on their revenue, profits, and other metrics. And when they look internally, the mainstream functions are the consumer engagement, the product development, design, and all the operational efficiencies that they can gain in the value chain being critical. And hence, the focus is largely on those areas as compared to content creation or some of the creativity tools. Of course, those are relevant, but under the domain of the product development, design, or user experience, and so on. So the adoption patterns are pretty significantly different from how the industry initially saw, and we continue to see that on the consumer end. But on the enterprise priorities, the importance is more on the mainstream functions at this stage.
Fantastic. Well, more to come on that. And of course, Gen AI, it's all about data, data, and more data. It's data's king, queen, and the kingdom. What are the strategies companies are looking at for leveraging their data, and what is the role of data in this new modern approach to AI we're seeing this year and next?
Absolutely. One of the things that we have been guiding our customers on for last few years is that data is the most critical asset. As they look through in the future. In fact, AI and generative AI are levelers of sorts. They are lowering entry barriers, in the market space, and increasingly we would see that data is the entry barrier. Data is the most important differentiator that the companies have. However, if you don't put data in shape for how you can leverage it for AI and generative AI, the value is lost and/or the opportunity is going to be missed. So
Mm,
one of the most crucial step is to get enterprises data ready for AI. And there are a few things that we are guiding our customers on. With the previous waves of data and AI, most companies made investments in analytical and historical workloads. With AI and generative AI, you will be dealing with user generated content, which is more real time, like emails, meeting recordings, transcripts that need to be processed, videos and files that we will process. There's tremendous opportunity to extract value from the insights, with the content and the conversations that are existing or are present in some of those objects. However, they are not put in shape and in place where A, you can process, and B, you can ensure that there is no violation of privacy, for example,
mm.
or no violation of regulations or security as you process those areas. So getting enterprises data ready for AI is one of the most crucial steps, and we think of it as four layers. One is to be able to fingerprint that data so that you know what's in it, right? If you're processing a video or an email, one needs to know what's in those emails and how it needs to be processed, if there is a privacy sensitive information, and so on. But organizing and structuring that data using that fingerprinting. Second is to be able to apply certain control functions on it so that you
Mm.
can do your data governance and data quality checks on it. Third is to then apply security, privacy, and compliance rules to those. including your ethical and IP related considerations as well. And finally, governing the consumption so that integrate this with the enterprise security protocols and the mechanisms that the enterprises have invested in over the years, and put together. You then have the enterprise that is data ready. But I also want to call out one other thing, that it's not going to be done in a big bang way, right? You're going to do this more purposefully. So do it in the initiatives that you're looking at. Emails for contact centers is the way to go, for example, and process those rather than looking at thousands and thousands of email boxes and say, I can now process all of that information. So doing it more purposefully and doing it in small chunks in an iterative fashion is the way this is going to get built out.
A fantastic approach, very comprehensive and thoughtful, interesting. Of course, we've seen all the challenges and roadblocks that are out there, and we've learned what things like hallucination means when it comes to Gen AI and more. Any insights, experiences on all the real world client implementations you do on sort of overcoming those challenges and best practices there?
Absolutely. I think one of the top challenges that we see in our engagements, and it also came through in the generative AI radar report for North America, is the data privacy, security, and
Mm,
compliance. I think this is by far one of the biggest challenges that we see our customers facing, and our customers are also talking about it. The second big challenge is around lack of skills and talent readiness to
mm,
embrace generative AI, as a transformation wave. The way we are guiding our customers on this is to look at the critical considerations. Some of it is in the law and regulation today in certain countries, but there are also evolving regulations, that will come through in the time to come. Consent management, for example, on how do you use consumer data is something that we have been guiding our customers on for last several years through GDPR and Shrimps 2 and several other
mm.
regulations. It continues to hold, relevance in the current world as well. Though there are more controls that need to be put in place because of the consumption going into generative AI and other forms of consumption, but the principle remains the same. Similarly, putting in a playbook and a policy guideline in the enterprise so that everybody in the enterprise knows how to deal with different types of data and how to process that is an important step as well in order to cater to this particular challenge. Data and AI Governance Council is an important one that can not only take the accountability and objective of putting the policies and the playbooks in place, but also is the guardian of looking at how the new regulations are coming in and how those need to be processed for the enterprise. It has a view into what are the current challenges with the current implementations as well, and bring those into best practices. If one domain within the enterprise face certain challenges, how do you replicate that learning across other enterprises? So some of these are the important steps. But in the AI and generative AI space, most of the processing is going to be autonomous in nature, with
Mm.
human in the loop, of course. But building the right platform which can ingrain all of these policies and best practices is the way to go. That will allow you to scale across multiple initiatives. We have done it for large customers, and we see that that has enabled those customers to run their AI and generative AI implementation at scale. And that's something that we look at. The talent and the culture yeah, has to be part of the strategic considerations. It cannot be an afterthought as companies look at this. Many customers look at experimentation as the way to go. They're focusing on the use case of the technology, but not necessarily looking at the talent readiness and the skills needed in order to not only create but also consume such capabilities. Running training and enabling sessions for consumers or the employees within, but also doing cultural immersions so that you can bridge the trust deficit that usually exists between the AI systems and the tribal knowledge that exists are
Mm.
critical steps. Human in the loop is one good way to make sure that there is safeguards so that nothing wrong gets done, but also in the process, humans learning how to work with AI systems and human machine collaboration grows from there. And reinforcement learning as an opportunity where humans course correct and the system learns how to process some of those unique situations as well.
Wow, you put a lot of thought into this area. It's been very impressive. Um, Talk about competitive advantage. I mean, companies work with Infosys because you provide competitive advantage and business value. Then the view is Gen AI is a driver for innovation and a competitive gain. But what are you seeing? You have any examples of projects or programs or client engagements that you could share at this early stage?
Of course, we are a company that has always focused on business outcomes for our customers. We have been at the forefront of cloud transformation wave, digital transformation wave, and now leading our customers with the AI transformation wave as well. And in this position that we have taken in the industry, we take our responsibilities seriously as well. We think ahead and look at how we can drive innovations that can enable our customers to embrace such technology-led transformations. How do we apply this to different domains and functions? Are certain investments that we make, which our customers are leveraging. We harness the knowledge across the enterprise in making sure that we can bring those to the fore as we engage our customers. We are doing it ourselves first before we guide our customers. So Infosys is an AI first enterprise.
Mm.
So we have looked at how to apply AI and generative AI within the company, and do it in an iterative fashion, in a very agile fashion, and in the process create learnings, best practices, but also solutions that we can take to customers. We have done it across sales, marketing, HR processes, the projects, and the other value creation engines that we have within the company. In terms of our client engagements, there are several examples where we have created value at scale. One of the CPG companies, we have looked at how they cater to the online channels, which are third party
Mm.
owned, like Amazon or CVS and others, and how they can use AI and generative AI to understand how consumers are, really engaging with the brand. What is it that they like? What is it that they don't like? Where they are putting it in their purchase considerations? What changes would likely drive better engagement and hence better sales on the back of that? How do you make sense of all of those digital signals for your supply planning, for your inventory planning, for your product planning? Are some of the examples, and scaling it globally. For one of the retail companies, we have looked at how you do privacy sensitive applications on the consumer data that they get globally, and making that data available for many AI and generative AI processes internally. Manufacturing companies, we are looking at generative AI creating product specifications that can be made available to all the engineers internally, so that they don't spend time in trying to understand the specifications of the equipments that they are working with, or they can use that system to get clarifications or get their questions answered, and really helping them in the process of creating value for their customers. Similarly, in the utility industry, using it for how you process the wildfire as a threat, or vegetation management as an opportunity, and looking at the entire energy transformation that most of our customers are on with renewables and others. So there are several examples where we have scaled this for our clients, and created needle moving impact on their financials.
I bet. Sounds phenomenal. And I hate to ask the question, where do you see things in 5 years? Because I don't think anyone can predict 5 years. But what say you about the future outlook of Gen I and AI? Maybe some trends and opportunities over the next couple years, things we should watch, trends we should be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we are seeing is an onset of a new wave of AI-led transformations. In the next year or two, we're going to see these scaling.
Mm.
The initial implementations will lead to a better understanding of AI and generative AI, and how to use these for transformation and use these to create more value for all the stakeholders, not only for the enterprise but also in the ecosystem in which the enterprises operate, society at large, and we'll also see maturity in human machine collaboration. There'll be a better understanding for what roles we will play in creation and the consumption of such models. But most importantly, we'll see many more models and new capabilities entering the market, and we think that models are temporary. and data is permanent,
Mm.
which is why we are guiding our customers to focus a lot more on their fundamentals, which is ingrained in their data, and create architectures and solution blueprints that will allow them to leverage new capabilities as they enter the market in a modular fashion. We have built those solutions and platforms for our customers, and create capability where they can switch in and switch out models depending on the use and the relevance, and the new capabilities that are entering the market. So we think that a lot of anchoring will take place in the next year or two within the enterprises. But the biggest change that we are seeing, and we'll see this unfold in a big way, is that the enterprises will realize that they need to be more ready, more data ready for AI, which is something that they're going to significantly invest in the next year or two. And on the back of that, they will then be able to run successful AI and generative AI initiatives. So the investments will largely go in the data readiness for AI piece as well.
Fantastic. Well, lots of New Year's resolutions for the enterprise starting in January. What about you? What are you looking forward to early next year? I assume you're slowing down a bit for the holidays, maybe traveling less, but what's on your radar, travel wise or event wise, as we head into next year?
Yeah, we had unabated travel for several months and quarters now, and certainly with the holidays around the corner, there is less travel. But from a action perspective, I think it's at all-time high, and we don't think that that's slowing down anytime soon. And it's pretty exciting in that sense. I mean, there are many challenges to work on, and that is what make us stick in the market. We
Mm,
are very excited about it. We are investing in solutions. We are investing in blueprints. Like I said, we are doing this at Infosys as well, so that we learn how to do this and how to work with this, so that we can guide our customers. So that's running at full acceleration, and we see that only accelerating from here as well. We are looking at industry applications. What are the top challenges and opportunities that exist in each of the industry verticals? We have several solutions in the market as well, but really looking at how you can amplify those with generative AI. For example, contact center intelligence suite.
mm.
We have been helping our customers with this for last several years. But with generative AI, there are significant changes, profound changes in the way in which customer service and customer engagement takes place, and those solutions are made available in the market to our customers through the investments that we make. Similarly, commercial insights for pharma industry. Looking at real-time omni-channel intelligence for retail or any B2C industry are few examples of industry solution investments that we are making. We are also working with our partners, hyperscalers and other niche partners, so that we can harness the market innovation, so that our customers can take advantage of not only our investments but also what's available in the market in a seamless way, powering their AI and generative AI journey. So we are busy.
Awesome. You are busy indeed. Well, so many insights. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate your time and the bird's eye view kind of you've given me and the audience here on Gen AI. It's been really useful. And everyone, check out the Gen AI radar from Infosys 2023. And I guess you'll start working on the 2024 in January. So we'll be look forward to reading that. Thanks so much, Sunil. Much appreciated.
No, absolutely. Thanks, Evan, for the opportunity and for having me on your show. Really enjoyed the conversation, and I'm sure there's many more to come as well. So thank you again.
Appreciate it. Everyone, reach out, follow Infosys on all the social channels. They're creating amazing content and insights and analysis. So it's worth a look. Thanks, everyone. Take care.